Hello, this is the art of prepping. I had a request to put together an executive EDC. And so I thought maybe I'll just do two in one video. So I have a low risk and a high risk EDC. Of course, this is just my opinions. I'm not going to include watches, keys, and phones in this particular video, but I'm going to show you two sets, low and high risk. Um, and I don't really own like a lot of super high end stuff. So you may want to upgrade from these examples. And I'm not going to go into super detail. I'm just going to show you some of the basic layout here of how I would go about it. So in this one, this is the low risk example. On the top, we have a phone. It could be a tablet charger. This is made by Anchor. They have all kinds of different sizes and power options. So that with my USB cord, a small office knife. Kershaw has quite a few offerings. This one has mother of pearl inlay. In terms of lighters, yeah, you might want a nice Zippo lighter. I'd probably do that if I was an executive, but a Bic lighter or a Scripto lighter, I mean, it's fine. If you don't smoke like I don't smoke, it would only be used in an emergency anyways. What about lights? There's a stream light right there. The Stylus Pros, they're awesome. They come in a lot of different colors. I got my checkbook that also doubles as a wallet, so that's an alligator skin. That would be nice in an office environment. You also have your tactical pens. You may want maybe not a tactical pen. Maybe you just want a higher end pen. Of course, you want some type of handkerchief. Instead of carrying a full-size multi-tool, I'd probably pick a Winger or a Victorinox. And then you may want a mid-size knife. That could be more of your tactical knife. So like this is your Delica 4 by Spyderco. You might want a neck knife as well for backup personal self-defense. There's like a CRKT Minimalist, a trauma bandage, because you are carrying a sidearm. And so whatever works for you, this just happens to be a Ruger LCP in a nice Kydex holster that looks kind of like carbon fiber. So this is the first example. Of course, you could upgrade all of these elements. This is just to get you kind of a flavor. So in this next one, we're going to talk about a higher risk. And the main elements that I'm really upgrading here is the firearm, the tactical pin, the light, and the main defensive blade. So that's kind of what we're going to be looking at here. And this is mainly because we want more capability. We want the option to inflict more stopping power on the assailant, whoever's attacking us. So that's what we're going to be looking at here. And so let's go ahead and jump into it. This particular blade that we have here that replaces the Delica 4 is going to be one of the larger American Lawmen from Cold Steel. I also upgraded the light from the Streamlight Stylus Pro to the A-Tactical A1S. In terms of the tactical pin, I went with something that's a little bit more aggressive, a US-made option, and this is made by KZ, and it's a bit more aggressive, and I do believe it's a little stronger than the Smith & Wesson that I had in the previous image. And lastly, a larger firearm, maybe a larger caliber, something that has a larger capacity that maybe you can get a full grip. In a higher risk situation, you want to make sure you have good control over your firearm. So anyways, that's all very important. And in both of those images, a trauma bandage, this is the emergency bandage, it's also known as an Israeli trauma bandage. It has a built-in type of trauma hemorrhage control apparatus, so it kind of doubles as a makeshift tourniquet if you had to. This one's 6-inch, but if this is too large, and a lot of people would say this is too large to pocket carry, you can get a 4-inch version. And of course, you can always add and make a small, EDC medical kit to go with this, with a few Band-Aids and things like that. So these are just examples. Hopefully this is helpful for you. Executive carry is kind of tricky because sometimes you're just wearing business apparel, a suit and tie and business slacks, and you don't really sometimes have all the pockets like you do in certain jeans or cargo pants or tactical pants. So you're going to feel like you're going to be a little bit limited on how to carry all this. So in terms of carrying a larger firearm, you're going to have either the appropriate type of belt, which is always a must, really, and or you can go with suspender systems. Uh, some people just avoid all that and they just get a shoulder holster. A shoulder holster is an option, but it really isn't for everyone. Not everybody likes it. I've personally have tried it a lot of times, and it just doesn't really go well with me. I don't like things, moving around and shifting around on my person. So um, anyways, these are just options. There's so many of them, it can actually get a little overwhelming. So just pace yourself and just take each category one at a time and eliminate the ones that you don't want, and then you'll kind of collect a better sense of the things that you do want. So hey, thanks for coming along. Thanks for your support. Catch you later.